Hello everyone, welcome back with one more BITSAT prime time at 9 o'clock with Masterclass Space. And as I have promised, we will be available with you for you to discuss about BITSAT preparation at 9 o'clock. And we will take your general question or whatever questions you have asked in past. So we will collect those questions and we will try to respond all the questions one by one. So this session is going to be very informative for you because you are going to get insight. It's when you are going to answer all the questions that you think or you may think. So today the questions will be related to kickstart of preparation. So we have, as usual, two experts, Aditya Shankar and Atul Verma sir. So both teachers will give you the guidance, and one is from BITS and one from IIT Delhi. So you may understand how informative it is going to be. So let's begin with, let me start with the Aditya sir. So how to kickstart BITSAT preparation if somebody is not much into preparation at the beginning?
Hello, my dear friends. Thank you so much, Hassan, for asking this question. This is very much relevant at this moment. Many of the students are coming. Though you might not have been in this preparation zone for BITSAT especially, but what I feel since last 2 years, you have been preparing for JEE, which is a normal trend. The preparation for BITSAT is little different from JEE in terms of exam temperament, because in J you have to be quite in depth, but there is a little difference the way you approach BITSAT questions. You have to be really fast and also at the same time accurate, because you have to take 130 questions in 3 hours, but in JEE you take 75 questions in 3 hours. So now you can understand the questions are the question, the difference in the number of questions are quite high, so you have to be fast. At the same time, you do not need to be much in depth when you are preparing for BITSAT. You can, and along with that, if I am saying you do not need to be in depth, that doesn't mean you don't need to know the concept. You need to know the concepts, but don't you don't have to go up to a level that you start spending so much time, you start thinking about each and every question at much deeper level. So you don't need to get much emotionally attached to a question. What I can say, you need to go through all the concept. Don't leave even a single topic if you are preparing for BITSAT. Sometimes it happens when we are preparing for JEE, we leave few of the topics which are quite hard, and it's okay to do that. But in BITSAT you cannot afford to do that, because you don't get so tough questions. You get medium level of questions, but at the same time you need to be fast. You need to know the concept and quite well, formulas quite well, though not at a deeper level, but all the concept must be covered. And you need to prepare for BITSAT through mock exams, which are quite relevant. So always prepare for mock test when you're before taking real BITSAT.
Good. Atul sir, so of course there are many subjects and students generally struggle with that from where to start. So according to you, which subject should be given first priority, which subject should be given the last priority, or which has highest weightage from preparation point of view and the lowest weightage with the preparation point of view?
Thanks, Hassan. Thanks for asking this. In my understanding, say we should answer this question in two parts. One is with respect to something which they have been studying from, say, 2 or 3 years, and something which they haven't touched yet much in depth. So talking about PCM, most of the students, either through their, say, school classes or through their coaching classes, their preparation, they are in touch with PCM in depth. They are dealing it day in and day out. So idea is that in PCM, everyone has their own, I would say, preferences. Some people like to do more maths as compared to chemistry. Some people are more fond of physics as compared to maths. So this kind of permutation and combination keeps on going there. And it is totally fine. You should be ready to, I would say, take the subject which you prefer and start accordingly. At the same time, one genuine recommendation would be that you must understand that your preferences have been made with respect to level which you have prepared for JEE Main and JEE Advanced. In BITSAT, that level might not be, say, the same. So what I'm trying to convey is that it might happen that you did not, say, like math very much. Like if I take my example, I was not very well in maths, but yeah, if I had to compare, say, JEE Advanced, I did not take maths very seriously, but for JEE Main, I was, say, very much into it. So that way, my recommendation would be they should try to attempt few mock tests of BITSAT, try to see how they are scoring in it, and based on that, they should make their preference. Coming to second part, I think many of students do not give the due weightage to English and logical reasoning. And the I would say logic in their mind is pretty clear that logical reasoning is something which we always know we can do it from logic. English is something which we have been, say, reading, speaking, dealing in all these years. What can be done in, say, just few days? I think in this kind of conception, what we are losing is that BITSAT is not just about, say, solving the question. It is solving them in fastest possible manner. So if you can master logical reasoning, if you can revise and remember few rules of English, what you can do is you can secure good 75-80 marks out of 90 allotted marks, and that can be done in very less time. Like we had our students from previous crash courses, previous test series, who got as good as 85 marks, and they did it, say, within 15 to 20 minutes. Because if you know the tips and tricks related to logical reasoning, you won't be, say, solving it from the basics. You will be having a head start. So that is my suggestion to do the kickstart thing.
Good. So, Aditya, next question will be related to the test prep. I mean, mock test series starting. But people, before we start to talk about what is the right time to start test prep, there is one news that Masterclass Space test series is recommended by AI. It deserves rank just because of its quality of test and its the preference of test. So, people, you can search. You will find that Masterclass is first recommendation for mock test attempt. The question is related to the same one. Aditya sir, what is the right time to start mock test attempt?
See, my dear friends, I believe your board exam is getting over soon, and for few of you, it has already got over. So, in some time, you are going to take your JEE mains. So those who are taking JEE mains, probably along with JEE mains preparation, you can take few mock tests, or once your JEE mains is done, you can take mock test series. That's very much recommended. Now you are since already prepared, so you don't need to revise the syllabus once again. You just need to go over the test series and prepare accordingly. That's something which I can recommend. So it is high time. You don't need to once again go back to books. It's high time. You simply jump on the test series. As soon as you get time, if you feel that okay, you are getting bored of some JEE preparation a bit, you can take out time and take a mock test. That's something which I can say.
Good. So, Atul sir, related to the crash course, because generally students ask that whether we should start with the crash course or first go with the self-preparation, that is start crash course, or we should not take crash course. So, people, before we take the answer, we have also launched our crash course, and this is highly effective because you will find a lot of expert to give you the specific guidance, shortcuts, tips, tricks to deal with the your question and question types. Yeah, Atul sir. So whether crash course or not.
Yeah. So first thing is that if we are clear that okay, we have to spend some good time for English and logical reasoning. The second question obviously can come in mind that okay, should we rely on, say, self-study? Should we rely on just available resources, or we should consider, say, a crash course? So I think the motivation with which we started this crash course was we wanted to do it in form of a live interaction. It is not just, say, a recording. It is not just a self-study material. It is something where you, in a live manner, learn from the teacher, you clarify your doubt, you express your way of thinking, and if there is any fallacy in it, teacher is able to clarify it at the moment. So what essentially happened, I'm not saying that self-learning is no kind of learning. No, it is very, very effective. All it requires is lot of time. But with the time crunch, there is, say, JEE Main, which is coming in couple of weeks. Within, I would say, 7 to 10 days, we are like having BITSAT. Then there would be another exam. So what I'm trying to say, when you have time crunch, it is not time to do trials and errors. You need some experts who can give you a recipe which can really work well for you. And that crash course sames the exact purpose. That way, I would recommend it.
All right. So before we wind up, the final question from Aditya sir. So already we have talked about how to kickstart. So now how to reach maximum score and what precaution they should take to reach the highest ranking.
Dear friends, this question is quite relevant because most of you are in the mindset of preparing for only JEE. Now, though the syllabus is almost same of JEE and BITSAT, it differs, as I told already, in the exam temperament. So what you can do, you can start with mock test series, and when you are doing mock test series, just doing test is not enough. You can take the test, go over the analysis portion. In the analysis, once the test is over, it shows which questions you have done wrong, which are correct, and how much time you have taken to do each question, and what marks topper is getting. So it gives you overall analysis in terms of pie chart, in terms of other chart, in terms of graphs. You get to know a very good analysis in Masterclass Space BITSAT test series. So do analysis. Once you do analysis, you can get to know which are the weaker topics. Then you need to write down these are the weaker topics, and also you get to know on which questions you are giving more time. You need to write down those also. Now, those topics which you are quite those topics which are quite weaker in nature, that means those which you are getting wrong, you have to go and revise those topics directly from your book or notes. And those topics on which you are taking more time, you need to do some questions from your study material to boost your confidence, and so that the short time gets shortens. Then once you are confident that you are ready to take exam, then take another mock test, then go for the analysis, then go for the weaker topics. So it's like a 3-step process. First step is take the mock test. Second is do the analysis, write down the weaker topics and the topics in which you are taking more time, revise those topics, practice well, then again take the test. So this is how you can improve your score quite a lot. That's my suggestion to you, my dear friends.
So yes, very insightful ideas. People, we will be available for you to answer your questions on every Monday and Thursday, same as 9 p.m. So you can ask your question, you can drop your doubts, and even you can interact live as we are doing through the live discussion. If you want to take personalized counseling one-on-one, then you can visit our websites and fill the form to get details. So see you on Thursday with all 3 people. By the time we have daily session at 9 o'clock with subject, so we will schedule you tomorrow and meeting you tomorrow. Have a good time, everybody. So see you